brand new AMF lanes. And in case we have a fire today, we have Henry Lemons to put it out. Our famous firefighter going against a brand new bowler here to King of TV Bowling, David McDannold. So let's check it out.
It's Stumps Lanes. We've been here for years. We'll keep coming back. We want you to come back after a couple of commercial announcements. Stay with us. We've got a lot of action in store.
Oldies equals WGRR. Oldies 103.5.
One, two.
Big enough to handle the biggest thirst. Ain't life grand?
Now this is Slush Puppy. Slush Puppy, a frozen fruit-flavored drink that's fun in a cup. Oh, sure, kids love Slush Puppy, and you will too. Available at most entertainment centers like amusement parks and bowling centers and many convenience stores. Oh, whoops, almost forgot. Same places you'll find Thelma's old-fashioned lemonade. Thelma's old-fashioned lemonade and Slush Puppy's variety of frozen fruit flavors, as cool as it gets.
Hello, Cincinnati. We are back. Match number 1. Hank Lemons.
Going against David McDannold.
Left-hand lane, David chose to start the match, and he actually goes wide with it, but with pretty good revolutions, Jennifer.
Very good revolutions. Really throwing that ball nicely. Now he's just going to have to get in tune with the condition and get lined up to start striking.
And we've seen it so often too. The first frame blues, we like to call it, right?
It is a lot of pressure too.
Everybody would love to start out with a mark or a strike, but the first frame, you can just keep it together. Now, folks, I want you to watch this guy. We've talked about staying down at the line. Watch how low this man can get. I bet he'd be a heck of a limbo dancer. Watch how low he stays at the line. Watch this.
He has really been bowling very, very well lately, David. Really throwing strikes all over the place in the qualifiers. I'm surprised we haven't seen him before this year.
Take a look at how low he gets on our floor cam. He gets right down there with the ants.
That's right.
I'm telling you what. Easily picks up the spare. 10-10. Nice cover.
Of course, David, we're at Stumps Lanes, and as I said, they have beautiful new AMF lanes out on Bridgetown Road, western side of town.
That's right, the west side of town, known for its conservative German bowling public.
You bet.
Look how low he is. My goodness, that's an incredible shot.
No. Holy cow.
That's the one you want to see. Let's take a look at it here. Down lane camera will show you how low he can go. Watch this. Ultimate leverage position. Actually down on one knee, Jennifer. Incredible. The ball, no deflection, cuts through.
Goes
yes.
Back, David.
Unbelievable. Just a bad break. Leads by 11 with that open frame in the first frame by McDonald, and that ball isn't going to make it back either.
Sure
So
did.
back at you. His fans offering him encouragement, so not to let the open frame bother him.
Take another look at David McDannold. Matthew and Miranda checking him out. They're living in northern Kentucky. Whoa, and that ball went way out.
Uncharted territory to the right. There's only a few people that can bring one back from back there. Watch this one. This one goes out into, I think this goes into Butler County, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Look at that. You know, it's a shame, and we're going to show it to you later. The bumpers weren't up on this shot. You can't miss with the AMF bumper system that Chris is sold to Mike McDonald here at Stumps. It's a phenomenal system. We'll show it to you a little later.
David McDannold, age 34, qualifying with a 666. As we said, first TV appearance and a high game of 280. And that's a nice game.
You betcha. All strikes but one, and filled that frame with a spare. The second frame. Left-hand lane, let's see, much better shot. Much better shot.
Wow, ripped the rack apart there, David. That is looking good.
Yeah, he got through the ball. Again, the clean revolutions that we talked about. Look at this from behind the lane. Gets it out on the lane. Good revolutions, about 3 of them before it hits the lane. Then it goes, saws through the pins. Every pin doing its job. Oh, no, watch the... If you can't shout them out, scout them out. That's right. Yeah, I bowled with a couple of guys on Tuesday night. For them, that's just a weak shot.
That's right.
For me, that's a career scout. Okay, take a look at it here if you can. The 5-pin, middle of your screen. Don't take your eyes off of it. Goes to the left-hand wall right there. Oh, that's a head pin. Sorry, coming across. Kicks out the 10 late.
Makes the 7-pin cleanly this time.
Versus clean.
Hank would like to say hi to LaShonda, Bam Bam, and Lamitra. He's the members of the ladder number 9 and engine number 23, Cincinnati Fire Department.
Hopefully those are nicknames. Right, Bam Bam?
Henry Bam Bam.
Okay. We have an even match, 28-28 in the second frame. Lemons, spare, McDonald, strike working in the third. The white whale, as I chose to call it, on the left-hand lane. There's one you don't see every day.
The 1-5-10. Not at all easy to pick up either.
We show you the good ones. Here's the bad one, folks. He just completely pulls the ball, gets around on it early, and these high resin balls, look at it take off on the back end, barely touches the 2-pin going away, leaving the 1, the 5, and the 10. Jennifer, how do you shoot this?
Well, if you were Nick Vogelsang, you could always back it up, but you just have to try and hit the 1 very thinly to the left side and hope it careens into the 5 and something gets over to get the 10-pin.
Well, the one way you don't want to try it, he gives himself a round of applause as he throws it in the channel. Even his competitor got a kick out of that.
Definitely you need to shoot that spare, though, from the left-hand side of the lane to get as much angle going into the 1-5 as you can.
Firstly, you never want to leave that spare.
Fighting that lane a little bit, David, going light, but not as light as he did the first time, so maybe he's picked up on something, and we'll see a strike next time on lane 6 out of David McDannold.
David, good-looking bowler, leads by 13 pins at this particular point, right-hand lane. Going to be shooting the easy spare, should be an easy spare anyway, 2-pin. Covers it up cleanly. Again, the lower division, as we call it, the 189 and under, they've actually provided us with some very good games, and primarily because they're making their spares, Jennifer.
Yeah, really, they've impressed me this year. They are not all indicated with a 189 and under average. They have really been bowling well. They are tripping the 4 into the 9. I mean, that's a championship 190 and over major type of shot.
Exactly, and a good rotation on the ball. Take a look at it here. Get it out onto the lane. He's throwing a nail.
A nail, wow.
Yeah, which is not designed to hook very much. And watch this ball cut through. Drives the head pin into the wall. 4 into the 4, 4 into the 9 for a strike. There's the mix.
That's where he's going to need to be, I think, David, with that ball. The last 2 times he was solid in the pocket and left a 7-pin, but this time going light and shaking him out. Henry Levens, age 36. 3rd TV appearance, 2 last year, high game 296, qualifying with a 658.
Hank?
A firefighter. That's an admirable occupation.
Well, I have, you know, I live on a street where we enjoy the opportunity to have 5 of them live on our street, and they can put out any fire. Why don't you guys put out a fire, go to the refrigerator, grab one of those fine Miller products or Pepsi products, Come back and join us for the last half of Game 1 in just a couple of minutes. We'll see you in 2 and 2.
World aren't.
Welcome back, everyone. For those of you late getting back from church this morning, we've got David McDannold up by 6 pins against Henry Lamons.
Area check. Area
And
check.
a 10 pin.
Really throwing the ball well, Jennifer.
He really is. You know, he's given us an interesting bit of information on his bio sheet, and he says, you know, this is his first big tournament, that, you know, being on TV and everything, and he hopes that with the nervousness and all, that'll help him in his future experiences for future tournaments. So I think that's a really good positive thing there.
Well, he's really got a lot to work with. He's got a very good, clean rotation on the ball, and he's, even though he might have said he's nervous, he really looks calm, and he's making good shots, with the exception of the first frame, and again, not too bad. I like the rotation. Stands up a little bit too erect at the foul line, like that time.
As you said, throwing a nail, that is a ball that's designed to go fairly straight. And from as much as he hooks it, that's why he needs that ball.
Okay, take a look. See how erect he is at the line there, folks? You got to get lower. You got to get down to the plane where the game takes place. The ball should actually be lifted out from floor level, out onto the lane, and then land softly on the lane, not thrown into the lane from up above.
And by doing that, he'll get the ball to go further down the lane before it starts to hook.
That's exactly right, Jennifer. Let's see if we can watch it here. The low angle. Let's see it. There it is.
Gets it out.
That's what you want. That's what you want. You gotta hit it.
Absolutely perfect.
Take a look at it here. You got to stay low and slow, and you keep the roll on the ball, and this ball just absolutely hacksaws through the pins. Nothing had a chance to stand up. Positioning, conditioning of the legs. You've said this before, Jennifer, that if you're not in good shape, bowling, believe it or not, anybody can bowl. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to bowl at this level, you've got to be in great shape. Pump it up, huh? There's Jeff Weiler's rep. Walter brought us a car to give away today, in lieu of a Facebook 300 game.
Wow, he really brought that one back from a long way out, David.
And with
Flattered him.
That's right. And with a piece of equipment that's not typically designed to hook a lot. So my guess is that if he studies more of the game, the equipment and the conditions, and works with his game more, he can develop into quite a player. A little more erect, but that ball holds well.
David, his coach is Mickey Heeg from out of Coleraine.
Oh, Mickey's a great bowler.
Mickey has had 3 700 sets this week in league, and she had her first 300 about 4 weeks ago. She's just on a roll right now, and she deserves it. She's a great talent in Cincinnati.
Sure she does. She's a great player. The light shaker not yielding the desired result of a strike that time, but again, getting away with a little bit of a minor mistake, leaving a simple spare, the 7 pin. Go across lane, and again, how many boards do you move with your feet, or do you combine boards and or your feet with your moves and your boards on the lanes, or what, Jen?
I pretty well move anywhere from like 7 to 10 boards right, but I try and keep more of a direct line. And of course, I do use a hard ball going across at my 7 pin as well as my 10. So.
Okay, all right, let's take a look at it here if we can. Take a look at it. Got a nice heel-toe delivery. Again, gets it out onto the lane, playing the basic strike shot. Look how low he gets. My goodness, he's fantastic.
Those are great shots from the truck. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, way to go. The crew, 19 people, work every week to bring this show to you, and 9 pins worked awfully hard to go down, but that cantankerous little 8-pin just kind of jumped up and slotted him.
He's going to leave the door a little bit open for David McDannold, so that experience that he's talking about could come through right now.
We'll see. That's in the area, and that's a spare. You can log it up. Some of the contingency here we have at Stumps Lanes, Bridgetown.
Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald, one of the BPA houses. It's been a member for years and years, and Mike McDonald, past president of the BPA. Right behind him, Fritz Kessler. See right there over the tattoo. Okay, see that gray-haired gentleman? We got a little article I'm going to read to you, a little excerpt in just a moment. After we watch a crushing strike, Fritz Kessler celebrates 50 years in 2 leagues. With the start of the 1994-95 season, Kessler celebrated his 50th consecutive member in the St. Catherine's League on Wednesday nights at Glenmore Bowl, which is also a member of the BPA. And Stumps Major Leagues here on Thursdays. What a bowler he is.
David, the situation is this. David has already posted the first strike in the 10th frame, and he really hammered it right in there, and he's going to need the second strike in the 10th and also 7 count to win. The pressure is on, and he has so far handled it beautifully.
Again, for the lower average bowler, these two people have bowled incredibly well. Now, watch the shot.
It's close.
Get up, get up, get up!
Oh, just a little light, but what a great effort out of David McDannold today. Henry Lemons, our champion in the 189 and under division. The fire is out.
The fire, that's right, the fire is out. Put the hose on him, it's over, but again, great participation in the 189 and under division. Look at that camaraderie. Wow, that's what the game is about, folks. Don't go away. We got the top fuel dragsters coming on here in just a minute. We'll be back. We want to see you back here in just a couple.
Pressure. The game is up in the air. There's always one person that should try to keep control. When my players see this sign, they know we're running to win. This means we're going down inside to the post. If we need one shot, last shot, they're going to see a one-up. When we need poise, we bring it right down. If you're out there having a couple of drafts with a couple of friends, I got a sign for you right now. Right here. Use your head. Think when you drink.